Salutations, people of the internet. Welcome to the database, and welcome back to the road to Sonic Origins. And I know my uploading schedule is out of place as of late, and I might not be able to cover all the games by the time the game is released, but these Sonic games mean so much to me that I want to provide the best effort in video editing that I could possibly do, so bear with me. We're at the halfway point in the road to Sonic Origins Marathon, and after that is done, I may or may not look over the game that I've been building up to, or work on something else and save the game for a later date. We'll see. While Sonic 2, the game, is in production over in America, Sega of Japan began production of their own project, creating game titles for the newest Sega Genesis add-on at the time, the Sega CD. This was considered one of the foreshadowed red flags for what would later become the Sega Saturn, but I already covered that in an early video. You can check it out here. Sega wanted to release an add-on that would push the Genesis capabilities such as FMV video to an enhanced soundtrack. And I was gonna say this was done to compete against Nintendo's CD-based add-on, but we know how that ended up.
Trust me, babe, I know about this CDI stuff.
Can I just take a minute here to discuss the packaging of the Sega CD cases? Now these cases look great visually, but very huge and fragile at the same time. These use these compact audio disc cases as storages, as these are the same cases you find in many Sega Saturn games, which again proves my point. If you've seen my video on the Sega Saturn, that is. They also use these game manuals as cover box art, which I guess is there to save room and money, and having to store them on shelves make them stick out like a huge blue case compared to normal sized DVDs, mainly like the Wii and the GameCube. But if you want the more fair comparison, the same generation, the PlayStation 1's cases feel a lot more compact and more commonplace. Back to Sonic CD. The story for this game is seemingly different from the number titles, with its iconic music playing in the background. Whether if it's Toot Toot Sonic Warrior or Sonic Boom, Sonic arrived to see Dr. Robotnik holding Little Planet hostage. He looks to roboticize the planet and use the 7 time stones to further the process. Thus Sonic goes into Little Planet to stop the Talking Eggs plan, while also coming across Sonic's newest rival for this game, Metal Sonic, or as the Sonic OVA calls him.
I call it the Hyper Metal Sonic.
Metal Sonic serves as an exact copy of the original Sonic, right down from his signature high speed. He would then kidnap another newcomer to the series, Amy Rose, who Sonic needs to rescue. He only faced Metal Sonic at the end of Stardust Speedway, and he was never seen in the game ever since. He does serve as the main villain for Sonic Heroes and the rival force in the Sonic OVA movie.
You might know everything I'm going to do, but that's not going to help you since I know everything you're going to do. Strange, isn't it?
But mostly serves as supporting villain for most of his appearances. Amy Rose serves as a love-obsessed character towards Sonic, who always chases him down for the sake of love and attention, and sometimes even try to marry Sonic.
My darling Sonic?
Amy, what are you doing here?
Sonic, this time there's no way out of marrying me.
She would become more different and fleshed out in other Sonic media, but we're just gonna leave it at that for now. I have nothing against Amy, I just want to focus my attention on this video to just what happens in Sonic CD. I can discuss other games in a separate video. Amy never came off as anything annoying to my eyes, but I come off as insulting if I say she's just a token female character to the group. All I can say is I like the way she was portrayed in the Sonic Boom
Can the young
cartoon.
woman break the glass ceiling and prove once and for all that a female can be just as good an athlete as a male?
You know, Amy, anytime someone calls attention to the breaking of gender rules, it ultimately undermines the concept of gender equality by implying that this is an exception and not the status quo.
All the footages captured here are from the Sonic Gems collection on Nintendo GameCube, thanks to the Dolphin emulator. The Gems collection carries the same game as if it were played on the original Sega CD, although the Gems collection version is using the PC pre-remastered version. There is also the Christian Whitehead part on the PC, but that for some reason, well, take a look. So yeah, instead I'll be using some of the Christian Whitehead footage from my own phone. Hope you like the change in aspect ratio. Now let's get into the game. As you start off Sonic CD, you notice a few things different about Sonic's gameplay. First off, his spin dash feels nerfed. In Sonic 2, the game that introduced the spin dash, it was so fun to mash the action button and see Sonic dash across the stage in high speeds. Here, even when I tried to mash the action button, the spin dash is slower and it takes a long time to rev up. That's because the game introduced us to a new form of spin dash, the super peel out. Rather than holding down on a D-pad, you hold up as you rev yourself up. It's faster, but now you're vulnerable to enemies and hazard in front of you. Unless you push down on a D-pad after peeling out, maybe, but still. Before I want to discuss each zone in the game, I want to jot down aspects of the game that were carried over from the previous two games, so that I can get them over with and have more time spent on aspects that are different. All the power-ups from the last two games I covered are all the same and carried over here. Shield, running shoes, invincibility, 1-up, and ring boxes. The checkpoints are the same as Sonic 1, which again, keep in mind this was made at the same time as Sonic 2. The process of getting to the special stages are also carried over from Sonic 1. You collect 50 rings and enter the stage through a large ring at the end, and the special stages are unique. Sonic must destroy a set of purple UFOs in that 1 of 7 of not Chaos Emeralds, the Time Stones, at a certain amount of time. Over time during the special stages, you have blue UFOs that grant you more time in the stage. The purple ones give you running shoes to get to the UFO faster, and rings for bonuses. Sonic loses time quicker if he lands on water, so you must avoid those and watch out for barriers in this flat 2D surface for a special stage that is in 3D. Perspective's a bitch. Once you nab all the 7 time zones, you are guaranteed to have a good future for all stages going forward. I should talk about the stages now, huh? First stage, Palmtree Panic, another Green Hill Zone stage with somewhat similar aesthetic, though many will remember this stage for the moment at the beginning where Sonic runs up this platform and it changes perspective. Just that little Sega CD tech flair. Now you might have noticed that there are signs that say past and future. Here's the deal, there is another way you can get the good ending of this game, and yes, there are multiple endings to this Sonic game. There's this method I mentioned earlier. Collect 7 time stones and you're guaranteed a good ending. Simple. That is if you can maintain 50 rings and beat those stages. The other method is to find the pass sign, run 88 miles per hour, find the generators in both acts, and then you'll get the good future by the boss act stage, proving you're a step closer to a good ending. This latter option of getting the good ending was a pain in the ass to do. To be fair, I ended up doing both methods during the early portion of the game, which is dumb of me to do, but by the time I gathered all the time stones, I stopped looking for the generators altogether and just kept moving forward like a normal Sonic stage. Otherwise, if I couldn't get all the time stones, that didn't really change anything regardless. You get a different cinematic ending, but that's about it. The level design for each stage caters to time travel, so it wouldn't be that hard to travel to the past or future. By God, do not travel to the future. It is a waste of your time. Even if you want to change in aesthetic and looks, do not travel to the future. Collision Chaos. I'm not gonna lie, I started to get frustrated after going through the stage. This was maybe because I was going for both time stones and generators. Again, my fault. But this was probably a red flag for Sonic CD's stage design going forward. The boss might have taken a while to finish, but most of them seem pretty pathetic. Rather than the normal 8 hits, most of Dr. Robotnik's boss fights take 3 hits, akin to Super Mario bosses in many games. And in the case of Collision Chaos boss fight, it's a matter of getting to Eggman rather than defeating him. Next up, Tidal Tempest Zone. Now if I were to give this game some compliment, is that the atmosphere for this stage looks so great and eerie. That is if you end up traveling to the past and you get something completely different. The boss here is very pathetic, seriously. You surround yourself with air bubbles. Much like Aquatic Ruin Zone, you won't have any problem with this stage's water segments. Again, Eggman, you surround yourself with air bubbles. Next up is Course Quadrant, and this one's not so bad. You got these switches that change some of the directions of these automotive tracks, which can be manipulated for the sake of time travel. I managed to get all the time stones by the time I got to the zone because f the next stage. Need I say more about this pathetic boss fight? Wacky Workbench. This stage sucks. I can't see shit, I don't even know where I'm going, and when I hit these bouncy platforms, I worry I might hit a platform hazard or a dead end. Thank god I got all the time zone before entering here because I haven't spotted a single generator at all. Traversing here was a pain. Stardust Speedway, the second to the last stage in the game, and a stage that was only iconic for its boss fight, where Sonic races off against Metal Sonic while avoiding Eggman's one-hit kill laser. I had a lot of fun playing through this stage, even if visually there were times where the speed makes me vomit. It might look super fast, but fun to speedrun, that's for sure. And racing Metal Sonic was a nice payoff for players. You also rescue Amy afterwards here. The music during the boss fight is just as iconic as racing Metal Sonic alone. Finally, we have Metallic Madness Zone, and it's alright for our last stage. Act 2 was a pain in the ass though. From my gameplay experience, you had to switch from future and present version of the stage to get through certain areas. The boss is also a pain. After the first hit, the other hits are manageable. I can't find an opening here, so I had to purposely lose my rings to get him. After Metallic Madness Zone and after beating Eggman once again, you get another cinematic cutscene. 2 in fact. The bad ending sees Eggman makes his escape with the Time Stone, with Sonic stopping him with a rock, leaving Little Planet as it is. Meanwhile, the good ending sees Little Planet free from Eggman's chains, and then explode. What was the point? One thing that I would like to point out is that the Gems collection you see here is playing the US soundtrack of the game. Sonic CD is the first game to use 2 different soundtracks for the same game. For its title card opening, Japan uses Toot Toot Sonic Warrior, while here in the US our title card is Sonic Boom. The opposite applies to the cinematic opening though. Fun fact, the cinematic opening is animated by Toei Animations, the same studio that provided animations for Dragon Ball and One Piece. While I do like US opening of Sonic Boom, as for the whole soundtrack, I prefer the Japan version. From the music to the special stages to Palmtree Panic's energetic tune to the invincibility item using the jingle of Toot Toot Sonic Warrior, I'm more used to the Japan soundtrack. If I were to pick a favorite from the US soundtrack, it's Sonic Boom and the spooky and eerie boss music for each Eggman fight. The Christian Whitehead version also lets you play as Tails throughout the game, making the search for those generators and Metal Sonic projectors a breeze. No Knuckles though, but that's fine seeing that this was made the same time as Sonic 2. Knuckles wasn't even a thing yet. I heard that many people prefer the Whitehead mobile part over the original, mostly because the game runs a whole lot smoother, especially within the special stages. Sadly, you can't get this version anymore on Steam, seeing as Sega removed all the classic games on every digital game store for the release of Sonic Origins. Which if you think about it, the total of all those games compared to Sonic Origins making buying them separately a whole lot cheaper. But hey, that's business.
We've got to have money.
And that was Sonic CD on the Gems collection and the Christian Whitehead mobile port. And man, do I have mixed feelings about this one. I got a bit frustrated playing and gathering footage for this game, mostly from the Gems collection. Recording footage from the Whitehead part on my phone was a breeze. The controls might have been something I had to get used to, seeing as you can't mash the action button during the spin dash. You have that option in the Whitehead version, although the controls there feel slippery sometimes, mainly because you're moving Sonic with no buttons, only the screen. Level designs are designed for time travel and backtracking, plus searching for those generators, but they have no focus of guiding the players to the end of the stage or ways of getting to the generator. And Wacky Workbench can go suck it. I might have been sounding a bit frustrated because I gotten tired of playing classic 2D Sonic games back to back. Some of the aspects of those classic games might not have aged well than others, but don't let my frustration impact your enjoyment of these Sonic games. I was just being frustrated at the game specifically, the game I played the least out of all the other classics. I'm sure my feelings to those classics will feel a bit better after playing 3 and Knuckles, and by the time I get to Sonic Mania, Sonic Origin might already be released or soon to be released. We are halfway done and only 2 more Sonic games to go. I said 2 more. 2. Can you not? I'll be taking a break from Sonic for a while now and more likely move on to other topics. And hey, summertime is known for E3, so yeah, that's something worth discussing. What are your thoughts on Sonic CD? Did you hate it, like it, feel mad about it like me? Let me know in the comments down below. Thumbs up the video if you like it, subscribe to the database, and follow me on social media as seen above. This is CJ Style, signing off, and I'll see you next time.